tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, where creativity finds its way. Laugh a little, stay a while. Share a pattern, share a smile. At Horizon Crochet, we're all friends here, making memories year after year. One stitch at a time, we'll grow together, crocheting through every kind of weather. Grab your yarn, grab your tea, come crochet with Kelly. Horizon Crochet.
Hello! My name is Kelly and welcome to Horizon Crochet. If you are watching the replay later, give us a wave, say hi, let us know you stopped by, and I will comment and say hi back. Just let me know you popped by. I know Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen. What are we going to do, Kathleen? Hi, Jen, Sarah, good to see you all. Thank you for being here. And Kathleen's laughing at me, as always. I know. If I am nothing but predictable, so at least I'm giving you guys that. You know how every live is going to start. So there we go. Good to see you all. I did a thing. So, I've been saving money to go to the tent sale that is at Mary Maxim starting on, I believe, August 6th. I'm going that weekend. Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate you. So I have been saving to go to this tent sale that Mary Maxim is having, and I'm going to meet Bon Bon there and everything, and I'm super excited about it. And I've been really good about not buying a lot of yarn. I've only been buying yarn if I needed it to progress with a project. And so I did a thing, and I opened this upside down. But, everything's backwards anyway. So Mary Maxim, it's my fault. It's my fault. I take responsibility. I knew I was going to go to Mary Maxim on August 8th. And because of that, I signed up for their newsletter and their emails because I wanted to know what sales they were going to have, or if they were going to give any types of tips and little secrets and hints, what kind of sales they were going to have. But temptation comes with that, and all these other sales that they have that are leading up to the tent sale, and I fell for it. I totally fell for it, and I bought some yarn. I'm going to show you the yarn that I bought because it's not the typical yarn that I would normally purchase. So Sammy has been working with me to help me get used to smaller, lighter yarns. And Antoinette from Hookin' and Stitches Island Style channel, she had said, even though we haven't talked about this, but she said she wanted to see me start, not finish, I don't think, a wearable in DK weight before the end of the year. So that's been kind of reminiscing and running that thought over in my mind, and I want to do it. So I bought some DK yarn, and because I'm new to DK yarn, I don't know if I messed up or not, but maybe you guys can help me and tell me. So what I have is I didn't know DK, maybe all DK is considered size 4 or size 3. So let me ask you guys a question first. Is DK weight normally a size 3 weight yarn? Or is it a size 4 weight yarn? Or can DK be more than one size? What do you all think? I'm just I'm curious because I'm wondering if I messed up in what I ordered. And if I did, I can return it. That's not a problem. But I want to hear before I tell you what I get if DK can be a size, yes, size 3. So it's always size 3. So, okay. So yes, size 3, Kathleen, Sarah, Jen, I've only heard of DK a couple of months ago, so I'm there with you. So what I got was, has anybody heard of MJ's Designs? MJ, Off the Hook Designs, that's the actual formal name. She has a line of yarn through Mary Maxim that are DK, and they went on sale for way less than I would ever buy Thick and Quick for. Thick and Quick, I can find at Michael's for $9.99. Some Walmarts, you can find it for $7.98. Now, these are Canadian prices, so they are going to be inflated and higher than what you're used to, unless you're in Canada. But I bought a bunch, like over 30 skeins of MJ's Timeless Tones. And I did not even know she had her own yarn. Let me see. I know it's backwards. I'm sorry. But this color, this one, is called Silver Lining, which I thought was really cute name. But it's like a light silver, but in person it has a little bit of a silver touch to it. So I can see why they call it that. And then I also just picked up one of these for some accent type of details that I want to do. And these are all size 3, which surprised me. But this one is called Midnight. It's like a black. It is black, basically. I don't know how many different variants of black there are, but Midnight is a dark color. And then you know I'm a sucker for a dusty rose. This color is called Vintage Rose. I was really close. Hey, Bonbon. Uh-oh. Bonbon sees me. I'm caught. All right. Bonbon, I bought some yarn. I had to do it. I gave in. It was the pressure. So I'm just going over now. I picked up, Bonbon, if you're just getting here, some MJ's Off the Hook Designs, because I was telling everybody how I signed up for their newsletters for the trip that we take to Paris. I wanted to know if they were going to give us any hints or secret tips or something, and I got suckered. And it's my fault, and I did it. So anyway, Vintage Rose. You think Kathleen says, I think her yarn release is fairly new. It might be. I have just never looked at Mary Maxim before a couple of weeks ago. I've never looked at their website. And then I picked up this color, and this is called Toasted Almond. Kind of looks like a toasted almond. I think toasted would be a little bit darker, but I like it. It's pretty, and I'll tell you all what I have planned for these. I know Antoinette said she was hoping I would do a wearable, and I might. We'll see. Then I got this darker brown. It's kind of like a teddy bear brown, and it is called Warm Cocoa. Warm Cocoa. So it's a little lighter than dark chocolate, but it's definitely a brown. And then I got this color, which is an odd color for me. I'm not a big yellow gold person. I know. Yarn haul. Okay, little carols there. This is called Sunflower Field. If I don't love this yarn, I love that name just for the pure name of it. So this one is called Sunflower Field, and these are all by MJ's Off the Hook Designs, Timeless Tones, Anti-Pilling DK, Soft Feel, Classic Color, Endless Versatile. And it's interesting because I've never looked at Mary Maxim before and I had no idea she had yarn. So I'm going to be trying these out in the fall. So let me show you the color combination I'm going for a hexie cardigan. Okay. So Antoinette said it had to be a wearable and it had to be in DK weight. And I'm going to try a hexie cardigan. That's going to be my goal. I haven't picked the pattern yet. There's lots of patterns out there for hexie cardigans, but these are the colors I'm going to use. It's going to be very neutral because I work in a fairly conservative dress environment. It's business casual or business dress up. So I'm going to use these colors to make my cardigan with. And by the time I'm done that cardigan that I start before Christmas, I should be good. Should. But I bought so much. Like, it's all in here, and there's not even all in there. So I have to put that all away. I have to mention my cubbies are getting full. And by the time I go to Mary Maxim next weekend, and then I'll be going again 2 to 3 weeks after that, back to the same store with my good friend, and I'm going to need space. I'm going to need more of these great cubes behind me. So you might see another section of cubes pop up over here. Although I kind of like it the way it is now. Like I said, you might see more cubes pop up over here. So that was my yarn haul that I was not supposed to do, that I did do because of those darn sales. And I still have some savings for my next 2 trips as well. So I will have even more next Sunday to show you all. I'm really excited. I too have been tempted by Mary Maxim after signing up, but luckily I have managed to resist the temptation. You are a stronger woman than me, Bon Bon. I was doing so good until I saw they were by MJ Off the Hook Designs, and I do love her wearables and blankets and baskets, and they all look so cute. I haven't tried one yet. Sammy of Yarn Over Hook is making, or just made one by her, and it's gorgeous. Yeah, so I'm excited to try it out because I've been trying really hard to adjust to the weight of yarn, and yeah, so I'm excited. By the time I finish that cardigan, I should be good to go. Hi Thomas. Hey Bon Bon. Solution: more cubbies, cubes, whatever. I'll take it. But yeah, I need more, and they don't cost that much either. These ones that I have behind me, I just picked up from Amazon, and my wonderful daughter put them together for me, and I might have to pick up some more, so we shall see. So yeah, that was my yarn haul. I also by the way, I mentioned to some of you that Sarah and I were going to go see the Odyssey on Friday. So we went. I forgot to take something to crochet, Sarah. I meant to bring something to crochet when I was in the movie theater, and then I was going to take a little snippet of it, and I totally forgot. But the movie was really good. We liked it, I think. Sarah, if you want to rate it from 1 to 10 in your thought process, let me know if you want to. But it was a good movie. I just forgot my crochet. Has anybody crocheted in the movie theater before? I haven't. I know someone who has. I've seen pictures, and ever since then, I've wanted to do it. So, I'm just curious. Has anybody ever done that? Or maybe, my question should be, instead of have you crocheted in a movie theater, where is the oddest place, in your opinion, that you have ever crocheted? Sarah says she'd give it a solid 9. She really enjoyed it. I think she even had a little bit of sniffles. I think Sarah, it was very emotional at points. I mean, and if you're a dog lover, go in prepared. Go in prepared. Yeah. Oh, it says a buffering here. Hope everything's okay. Let me just look over here really quick. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, the movie was really good. I just forgot my crochet project. But yeah, what is the oddest place that you ever crocheted or you felt was the oddest? Brianna, I don't really call crocheting in the wild. I just did it at the library for the first time. That's so cool, Brianna. Were you there with somebody else or were you just chilling and relaxing? I think the oddest place I've ever crocheted is at a Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is like a Pep Boys kind of in the States. And I was getting my car worked on before I took a trip. Wanted them to check it all out, make sure everything was good. And I was totally crocheting for about 2 hours in a Canadian Tire waiting room. And you would be surprised at how many people said, oh, what are you working on? What are you making? What are you doing? And nobody called it knitting because I don't even think they knew about knitting to even suggest maybe it was knitting. Brianna says, with my sis who was studying, she didn't want to go alone. Oh, what a good sister. That's great, Brianna, that you went with her. And she got some studying in. It's hard to say, no, I won't support you as you're studying, isn't it? Right? Because people don't really want to study that much anymore. So when they do, you want to support them. That's amazing, Brianna. At the library. I would think the library would be very accepting. The library is where Sarah and I have our in-person live crochet lessons. And they have like knitting groups there. We're a crochet group there. They've got all kinds of different groups. So if you were going to do it, that's a good place. Sarah says, I don't crochet at the movie theater as I would find it distracting if someone else was crocheting or knitting. So I wouldn't want to distract others. Ah, gotcha. I don't know if I would have noticed if somebody else was doing it because the seats are so high, but that's a good point. I might, if I was sitting next to you, that might be distracting. So right next to you. So I get that, Sarah. Brianna says, right. I'm a homebody, but couldn't say no to that. I crocheted and listened to a book in the lobby on the Libby. On the Libby. A book on the Libby. On Libby. What is Libby? I'm just curious. Sadly, the official librarian crochet group is 55 plus. Really? Now, we do have an agreement that if anybody is underneath 16 years of age, they have to have an adult with them. That was the agreement that Sarah and I kind of settled on. Not because we didn't want to discourage younger people, but we wanted to make sure that somebody didn't just drop their kids off and then drive away and then come back. So we made it that they had to be 16 or older. If they were under 16, they had to have an adult with them. So, because we want to share it with everybody, right? I think it's amazing. And if there's a young person who wants to learn something like that, I'm all for it. We're happy to help. And honestly, in our group, it is younger people who are, well, younger to crochet. So they are new to crochet, I should say. And Sarah and I just pair off with people and help them and go over it with them, but it doesn't matter the age. So I feel your heartbreak, Brianna. My heart breaks for it. Libby is an app that links with libraries and lets you check out books. Very cool, Brianna. I'm going to have to look that up, see if they have it up here in Canada. Hey, Grandma Dee. Hey, Dee Dee. How are you? Dee Dee's in the house. Granny Dee Dee. Good to have you. I saw you last night with Michelle and I think Tammy, a couple of people. I was driving, but I was listening. Grandma Dee is coming from Faith, North Carolina. That town's name is fantastic. That I love that. I live in faith. I live in faith. You could take that so many different ways. I love it. Thank you for joining, Dee. I appreciate it. Sarah says that the Canadian libraries do have it. Our libraries have a great collection of ebooks and magazines. Very interesting. I'm going to have to look that up. I wonder if they even have crochet magazines. I almost bought one the other day, but I was like, I can get, it was like $20 for a magazine up here in Canada. And as much as I want to say, yeah, it'd be worth it, there's so many patterns that are available online, and I get to pick the exact one I want, you know? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But if I can get a magazine through the library with crochet patterns, that would be amazing. Anyway, so let's crochet. I've showed you my yarn haul. I have gone over our rating for the Odyssey without going into details because I don't want to ruin it for anybody if anybody wants to watch it. I have a new chair and I don't care for it, but I don't like my old chair either. This is not a new chair. This chair, I should say, is a chair that we've owned, but I swapped with my daughter just to try this one, and I don't care for this one either. First world problems. First world problems. But I will take it, and I'm happy for it. Let's see here. Granny D is fine. Yeah, I love telling folks that I live in faith and mean it geographically and spiritually. Amen. Dee Dee, I love that. Love your room, so nice and tidy. I was just talking, Dee Dee, about how I'm going to get some more cubes, I think, and put them over here. Because I'm going yarn shopping next weekend, and I'm running out of room for my yarn. I have a little bit in this cube, and then there's a cube behind me that you can't see that I have a little bit of room on. But other than that, I'm going to need some more storage, I think. But I do have plans for everything that I have. Isn't it funny how we come up with plans and new projects faster than we complete them? And that's why I used to have a one whip only rule that no longer holds true. How are you doing, Kathleen? Kathleen, how many whips do you have? That's a question. You know what? I have never done a poll. Should we try a poll? Should we? Should we? I'm going to try it. Let's see what happens. Let's do... Let's see what happens. Does it work? I started one. I don't know if it popped up. Let me know if it popped up for you all. Oh, there it goes, I think. I just did a simple how many whips do you have? Just to try it out. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me test this and give it a try. If I click on it, what happens? Oh, I can see now. Oh, that's so exciting. Thank you so much, guys. I have one whip. You know that. I know, Kathleen. I count on you to stand by the one whip rule because I just can't anymore. It frustrates me still, but I just can't. So, oh, I get it. I like it. This is fun. I can see as it updates. I'll leave it up there for a little bit and we'll check it out at the end. What time is it? It is 12:24. We are going to play a game today. And the game that we are going to play, let me move this over here, is Crochet Taboo. Who likes taboo? Who doesn't like taboo, right? Let's go ahead and pull up my game here. Crochet Taboo. And This time, you all are going to keep track of your own points. This is for bragging rights, not for a prize. We do a prize once per month for now, until I find out some more options and ways to get around the shipping. So, go ahead and give you a phrase, and you have to say what the answer is. If you don't know how to play crochet taboo, it's very similar to crochet trivia. So let's go ahead. This is for bragging rights. At least right now, it's for bragging rights. Keep track of your own points. Uh-oh, did I freeze? No, it's me too. I'm back. Okay, good. I noticed it froze and it was buffering. Did it catch back up, or do you need me to repeat the instructions? I'll repeat the instructions. It only takes a couple of seconds, just in case, okay? Back for me as soon as we said something. Back for me as well. Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad it's settled down. Everything looks good on my end. But anyway, so how you play crochet taboo, it's very similar to trivia. So there is going to be a mix of crochet-related questions, and it is very similar to trivia. I'm going to go ahead and give you an example, okay? Hey, Freehand, how are you? Crowboo, Crowboo. I like that, Brianna. Crowboo. Sundays could be Crowboo, or at least one Sunday. I like that a lot. I'm gonna be like Barb and write that down. Crowboo. I write this down because I don't have a good memory. And I only have a Sharpie, so it's going to be huge. How does she speak Crowboo? Let's try. It even looks cool. It reminds me of that Lion brand yarn, Kobu. Yes, so all right, note taken, pen put away. I'm going to give you an example. We are about to play a game. This is for bragging rights. Everyone keeps track of their own points. So then I can be a little more interactive with everybody. It works basically just like trivia. We're going to do an example now. You probably own many of these, but somehow your favorite one is always missing. So what am I describing? And you have a hint that everything is somewhat crochet related. So go ahead and put the answer, what your guess is, in the chat. After everybody's done putting their answer in, I will let you know what the correct answer is. So this is just a practice this time. You probably own many of these, but somehow your favorite one is always missing. Brianna says a hook. Anybody else have a, Kathleen says my crochet hook. Hooks, 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 hooks. Okay, 4 people. And you're right. So it's a crochet hook. That was pretty obvious, but at the same time, it could be a couple of different things, right? Aw, thank you, Freehand. I appreciate that. You guys are so supportive. What a great community. I love it. Okay, so let's get started for reals this time. And if I need to break it down again as people come in, we will go ahead and do that. So, question number 1. We're going to start off with another easy one, okay? Just again, so everybody gets a feel for it. This tiny thing saves your life and then vanishes the second you put it down. So it's not very factual based, so it's not trivia, but by association and your familiarness with crochet based upon your experience is where the answers come from. So for number 2, this tiny thing saves your life and then vanishes the second you put it down. Have 2 answers. 3. Kathleen, Bonbon, Brianna. Also my remote. That's funny and true. And remotes keep getting smaller too. Like I remember when cable first came out, the remotes were huge and attached to a wire and everything. It wasn't even really a remote. It was just like an extended contraption panel. So yes, stitch marker is the answer. So if you guessed and you played along, just keep track that you have 1 point so far. All right, so the next one is, and as I'm reading these, I should pull out my crochet project. I am doing a scrap blanket. I needed a project that, because I have a bunch of skeins that look like this. So they're like half a skein or a third. Put that away. So I've got these little bundles and this little bundle. So they're not complete, but they're more than just scraps. So that's what I'm actually working on. So I'm going to be working on this scrap blanket that I have started today. And this is the first time I've done a rectangular granny square. So it's a little wonky, but I'm going to block it after I do and finish this next round. And so then the wonkiness goes away. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate it. It's just scrap yarn. I'm just trying to do like a couple of light colors because I have a lot of light color, and then a dark color, and then I'll do a couple of light colors. Not really planning it, but just trying to span it out, right? So, yeah. All right, so the next question. I should highlight the 2 that I've used already. Let's do that. All right, next question. This is a dangerous game where hope and poor planning meet. What is it? Your taboo statement is, this is a dangerous game where hope and poor planning meet. What do you think that is? And it's crochet related. I see 2 answers. Pull out my project here. Kathleen says she loves scrap projects. They are so satisfying. And they're so, the way they work out, Kathleen, a scrap project, they end up to look like somebody did it on purpose the way they did, even though they didn't mean to. It still looks like an amazing fiber arts project, right? So I agree with you, and that's why I wanted to do it. I've seen Sammy put some scrap baskets together. I've seen other people do granny squares with their scraps and make a blanket. And I decided to just try out this rectangular and make it for myself because I give away so many of my projects, but I still have yarn left over from those projects. So I'm just going to keep this granny square blanket and keep giving away my finished projects. But this will represent all the projects that I have done and I've given away. So that's kind of my reasoning or my plan behind my scrap blanket that I'm making. Bear says, hi, everybody. Hi, Bear. And yes, the answer is yarn chicken. So if you got yarn chicken, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations. Okay, let's try something a little harder. This tells you what row you're on unless you forget to use it. This tells you what row you're on unless you forget to use it. So this is something that helps you keep track. I shouldn't be trying to explain what the statement is. I just like to give hints and tips, and I need to just wait. I'm one of those people, unfortunately, that I get super excited about something and I will just blurt it out because not because I want to be rude or disrespectful, but I get so excited and I know I'll forget to say something. I don't do it often, but it does happen and I own it. I just get excited. Okay, we've got a couple of answers in there. Let me read it again and see if we get a couple more. This tells you what row you're on unless you forget to use it. I see some stitch counter, row counters. Row counter, I always forget to use it. I've tried, when I first got into crochet, I fell for that crochet hook that has the counter built into the handle. It's a horrible hook, but it was nice to have that counter right there. I've grown used to it and I don't need the counter as much anymore. But yes, row counter is the winner. So it was row counter because it says this tells you what row you're on unless you forget to use it. So I'm going to say it's a row counter. If it hadn't said row in the question or in the statement, I would take stitch counter. I hope that's makes sense. Drags, Brianna. Drag, what a drag. Hey, Sammy, good to see you. Oh, drats, you were so close, though. Those who guessed stitch counter were so close. Okay. And Sammy's in the house. Good to see you, Sammy. You missed the beginning. You have to watch the beginning of this video later. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed, Sammy. All right, next question. Ooh, Sammy's going to like this one. This is what you say you will check before starting a project, then usually do not. This is what you say you will check before starting, and then usually do not. Anybody have a guess on that one? I see a couple of responses in there. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 responses. All right, so the answer is gauge. Correct. Sammy almost always does a gauge, and I'm so proud of her for it. I do not, but I love when she does because it encourages me to do it and learn from it, because there have been times that I have watched her do a gauge, and I'm sorry to be talking about just Sammy as soon as you walked in, but it's very on topic at the moment. Doing a gauge swatch, I can see wearables especially, it's important to do one. I've never done a wearable though, other than a scarf and some headbands. So it's something that I think is important, but I have never done it. I think I should, though, before I start my hexie cardigan. Gauge even. I can't spell. Neither can I, Sarah. Thank goodness for spell check, right? Okay, congratulations for those who got it. This is... Okay, here is one. You do this at the end when you are pretending the project is basically finished. You do this at the end when you are pretending the project is basically finished. Or when your project is finished. So you could do this at the end of your project. I don't know, this is weirded kind of funny. You do this at the end or at the end of your project. when it's basically finished? What would that be? That's a little more tricky, I feel like. Celebrate, blocking, weave in ends. I've never done a gauge swatch. Neither have I, Bonbon, but I see the benefits of it. Do you find the pattern you want to use for your Hexicardi? I have not, Brianna. There is one on, I think, the Lion Brand website that I really like, but I think it might be over ambitious because it's not just a Hexi cardigan. It's a little bit more. So I haven't nailed it down yet. If you have a suggestion, Brianna, let me know. Blocking, weave in ends, weave in ends, weave in ends. Okay, so the term they used for the answer of you do this at the end when you're pretending your project is basically finished. It's fastening off, but I think weaving in ends works too. Fastening off is like the step that you do before you weave in the ends. And if you agree with me, let me know. But I think weave in ends works just as well as fastening off. I think a lot of people don't consider fastening off that last step. It's like something that's part of the act of doing the stitches. Does everybody agree? Disagree? So if you got weave in your ends or fastening off, you get a point. Good job. All right. You agree, Bonbon? I think that makes sense because I don't think people think of fastening off as like a step. Yeah, that's why I'm going to take both. Glad we're in agreement. Okay, next question. This is the long noodle attached to your project that somehow wraps around everything. I feel like this is really vague. This is a tough one. This is a long noodle attached to your project that somehow wraps around everything. Yeah, Kathleen, you're fastening off every row with mosaic. I believe it. I was looking at one of Sammy's videos on the mosaic blanket she's working on right now for the scrap busting project, the cow. And it's not the cow. I'm sorry. It's a project she's working on, and she has so many ends. And I was just thinking, I wish I could help her with all those ends because I know she doesn't like ends, and I wish I could help. So, yeah. See you later, Sammy. Have a great day. I know today is hubby day. It's called freehand. The game is called Taboo. So it's not like trivia. It's supposed to make you think of something through association of words. You don't have to weave them in? Ooh, that's great, Sammy. Or maybe a project, a stitch. I see this one's kind of stumped people. A top ramen. Brianna, I love it. That's funny. It's ramen soup because they say noodle, right? Okay, so let's see if I can give a hint with this one. This is a long noodle attached to your project that somehow wraps around everything. Also, I would say this is, without this, your project would go nowhere. Because think of the act of crocheting. What are you constantly using besides your hook? That, I'll try and give one hint. What are you constantly using? I know it could be so many things. You're right, Kathleen. That's why I said this one's hard. Bonbon says the tail. Okay, we're just going to be live with this one. Bonbon's close. She's oppositely close. Brianna's close. So The tail is part of it. The foundation chain is part of it. Yarn is so close. What kind of yarn? What is... Oh my gosh. I just want to say it, but I feel like you guys are so close. Oh, Brianna got it. The working yarn. Brianna got it. Bon Bon got it. There you go. I think if you said yarn or working yarn, you get it. It's the working yarn. So they say it's the long noodle attached to your project that somehow wraps around everything. I know that's vague. I agree. I agree. That's vague. This one's let's go to an easier one. We'll do hard, easy, hard, easy. This tells you what to do and can somehow leave you very confused. This object tells you what to do and can somehow leave you very confused. That was a hard one. I agree. I agree. That was a hard one. This one, think more simple. This tells you what to do and can still somehow leave you confused. Okay, I see a couple answers coming in. Some very, very good guesses. Keep getting distracted from my project. This is fun. The answer is pattern. So if you guess pattern or tutorial, give yourself a point. Taboo, real taboo, if you bought the board game, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a clean game, so anybody can play it, the kids of all different ages. All right, let me mark that one. All right, the next one, next question. This is the soft mountain in your home that keeps everything and growing no matter how many projects you finish. This is the soft mountain in your home that keeps growing no matter how many projects you finish. Soft mountain. It has very interesting descriptive words. You could call it a soft mountain, though. Depends on how organized someone is. See, there I go, giving tips and hints again. I gotta stop. Whip pile, somebody's guessed. Stash, somebody's guessed. Whips. Finish this cluster up. Go around the corner. She'll be going around the corner when she comes. She'll be going around the corner when she comes. So, the answer, or the question was, this is a soft mountain in your home that keeps growing no matter how many projects you finish. See some stash. Wait, I skipped late entry coming. Okay. Sarah, you're funny. That's like that one project I had with the yeah. The Saf Mountain sounds like a euphorism for boobs. All right, Brianna, do you have a late entry? You said late entry. Is it coming? I'll go with stash. Okay, so the soft mountain in your home that keeps growing no matter how many projects you finish is your yarn stash. as I was just talking about, I seem to be accumulating more yarn than I am going through it. And this is a problem. This is a problem. I have the room for it. That's the biggest problem. So I can justifiably say I have space for it, which is not good either. So congratulations if you guessed something around a yarn stash. Hello, formerly. Oh. Is that Thomas? Is that really Thomas? Or is this a fake Thomas? Not true for you, Bon Bon. I have a basement that's a finished basement, and I have room. I have room. I wish it was on the top floor, but you know. There's someone in the chat named formerly TPR, and it has Thomas's icon in it. So I was just, yeah. I'll wait till they say something. The artist formerly known as Thomas. Yes, it's the artist formerly. No, it is me. I have hidden my channel. Okay, can you do me a favor? I sent you an email. Can you tell me what day it was so I can just verify it's really Thomas? And I will go on to my next question. Okay, this innocent little square is responsible for a shocking number of blankets. This innocent little square is responsible for a shocking number of blankets and many other things too. Bon Bon says Granny Square. Granny Brianna says this is a little square that makes a shocking number of blankets. Your name is spelled just like my niece. Okay. That sounds like Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. And let me look up something really quick. Okay, so the innocent little square is responsible for a shocking number of blankets. Let me take a look and see what our answers are. Let me pull up the chat. Thank you, Thomas. That is Thomas. I appreciate you hanging out, Thomas. If anybody needs you to verify, let me know. Hi, all, lurking while driving. Hey, Antoinette, I was talking about you earlier. You'll have to, if you want to, if you have time to, watch the beginning of the live later. And yeah, I was talking about your challenge that you had for me. I'm excited about it. And yes, Granny Square. This little innocent square is responsible for a shocking number of blankets. Granny Square is the right answer. Congratulations if you guessed Granny Square. And Thomas, I do remember you telling me about your niece spelling her name the same way. It's definitely different. I probably only run into 2 Kellys in my entire life that spell it this way. One in person and one on the internet. But I don't mind how people spell it. All right, let's go to the next one. And the next question is going to be, this starts cute round projects and emotional breakdowns. That is a true story. This is true. This starts cute round projects and emotional breakdowns. I have emotionally broken down over this. I can feel where they're coming from and how they came up with that statement. This is a good one. I'd be curious to see what everybody. Bonbon says a magic circle. Hi, Brad. How are you? Good to see you. Kathleen says a magic ring. I'll read it one more time. This starts cute round projects and emotional breakdowns. See if anybody else wants to answer. I know when I first started to do this, I was so frustrated. I must have gone through at least 10 YouTube videos showing you how to do it, and each one was different, and each one was unmeasurably frustrating. And you could say that there is a couple of ways. Oops, I just threaded my yarn. Let's fix that. You could say there's a couple of ways to do this. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't look right though. What did I do? Let's go back a second here. There we go. It's split again. Get in there. There we go. Okay. I keep saying there we go, and then it acts up again. And then I say there you go, and then it acts up again. But this is a recycled yarn that I'm working with right now. This is a scrap yarn from a project I was working on, and it's recycled Lion brand Quick and Thick. But because it's recycled, I notice the stitches do fray a bit more. Just something I've noticed with this in particular brand. I'm crocheting a scrap rectangular granny square blanket. So, see you, Thomas. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thanks for being patient and verifying for me. You know, there's just a bunch of crazy people out there, and I want to make sure nobody's trying to copy our Thomas. So thank you so much for your patience. We'll see you later. Thomas is so sweet. So it is, what was it? Magic ring, magic circle works, but you're absolutely right. This cute round project, this starts cute round projects and emotional breakdowns. I definitely had a few emotional breakdowns. I mean that sarcastically and sillily, but I was absolutely frustrated trying to learn how to do the magic circle. And I know some people had tried to show me how to do it through a chain, like chain 5 and then go so many loops. And I can do that, but I really like the magic circle better, but it definitely took me a couple of weeks of nonstop practicing to get it down right. Yesterday, Sarah and I were trying to teach 3 people how to do a magic circle, and that frustration all came back to me. And the whole time we're trying to help them, we're saying, we know this is frustrating. We know this is hard, but you're going to get it. And when you get it, you'll never look back. So yes, if you guessed a magic circle or a magic ring, you are correct. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Barb. How you doing? I am going. Nice seeing you all. I am seeking a positive energy. See you. Let's see here. Oh, nice. It looks great. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. I really don't understand all the difficulty with the magic circle. I got it the first time. I think people overthink it. I think you're right, Bon Bon, and I think part of the reason of the frustration around the magic circle is because a lot of people who are attempting it for the first time are new to crochet. So when you say things like put your hook inside the circle, now pull through, it's almost like overload for their brain. Another thing as well is some of them don't know how to hold it. Like you're holding the circle open with some fingers, you're holding it tight with other fingers, you're holding your working yarn with other fingers, you've got your hook over here, you've got your tail draped over the circle so you can weave it in as you go. And then, yeah, it's just a lot, I feel like. That's my personal experience. If people just pick up on it right away, that's amazing. And one of the people yesterday picked up on it pretty fast. Maybe she did 3 tries and she had it. I think it just depends on the level of knowledge people come up with, and also what knowledge they're bringing to the table, and also how they hold it. But I agree, and it's a crazy thing. There's so many examples out there. I'm just glad I finally got it and don't have to worry about trying to figure it out again. Let's see here. See you later, Thomas. Bon Bon, same for me. Granny D says she got it pretty fast too. Brianna says it definitely has a boogeyman reputation that scares people. I was able to, thankfully, because I never heard it was hard. That's great, Brianna. Especially if you don't hear about it going into it. And there is definitely, like you put, a reputation to it. And people generally hear about that before they try it. So they go in with dread, right? And that's something good for me to know, because I do tend to go, hey, this is a difficult stitch, but be patient with it, follow the process, and you will get it. Maybe I shouldn't do that. You've given me a little bit of an epiphany. Maybe I need to let them just go for it, try it, and not try and put a negative impression on it. So thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. Bon Bon says, when I started to crochet, I made amigurumis, so I started with the magic circle. That's fantastic, Bon Bon. And that's what everybody really, mostly the younger people that are coming in, the younger generations that are coming into crochet, amigurumi is what's pulling them in. Not all, but I've noticed a lot. Brad says, I used to get mad my first couple of times, but after I got the hang of it, it was fine. But the way I do it, trust me, don't do it with Band-Aids on it stuck. Gotcha. And yeah, a couple of times it takes a bit, but once I figure out, I find that once people know what to do with their hands, then they can progress and move through the process, right? So I think you have a great point there. Dee says, yeah, look at the whip votes. More folks have lots of whips like me. Let me take a look at the vote. So yeah, most people have 5 to 10, and then 2 to 4. And Brianna and Kathleen is probably that only one. There's probably only one that says, I have one whip, and it's probably Kathleen. I don't know that for a fact, but I'd be willing to bet on it. Thank you, Dee. Reminded me to take a look at it. It took me seeing the right video where I could see it done clearly, and I got it, but I need the video every time. And that's what ended up happening with me, Brianna. I ended up finally seeing a video that made me go, oh, I get it. And then I was good from that point on. Kathleen says, I think it was a struggle for me because for decades I crocheted before someone came up with the magic ring. Kathleen, did you used to work in the round by doing the chains instead? I know Barb and Debbie, they really like to do those chains and then work into one of the chains. Brianna says, I'll have just one soon. I'm halfway through my bag strap, then just need to connect all the pieces. Nice. Very cool. Send me a picture if you feel like it, Brianna. I don't know if you've got Discord on your phone or not, but I'd love to see it. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get back to it. Jen, are you hanging in there? Jen still playing? I'd like to check in on Jen. She's my mascot. Bear and Jen. Yes, by doing the chains. Yeah, that's how a lot of people do it. And I ended up doing my leggy frog, which is over here somewhere, that way. And and I like it that way, but I do like the circle better. I find it's tighter, but I haven't used it very much through chains, so I shouldn't speak to it. Brianna says, no, it's not on my phone. I have negative storage space. Negative storage space. Oh, Brianna. Brad says, I did the chain first, but now I do it a different way. Gotcha. Yeah, that's how a lot of people start out. But I figure as long as you're getting the end result that you want, does it really matter how it happens as long as it works for you and what you're trying to make. So, but once I learned the magic circle, ring, whatever you want to call it, I was glad I did. But that's just my own preference. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do 2 more, and then we'll see if anybody's keeping points. All right. This is a single sentence that has ruined many bedtimes. This is a single sentence that ruined many bedtimes. Have you ever been crocheting and you're in a groove, like you got this groove going and you're making progress and it looks great and you're making a dent in your project and it's getting late at night and you're like, I need to go to bed. I got to work tomorrow. I have so much I have to do, but I'm really enjoying this. What do you do? What do you say? See a couple of responses. I feel like we should chant this. Chant it. Do 2 clusters and then I'll get back to it. It is humid today. I should put that weather app in Nightbot. I haven't really looked at Nightbot very much. I set it up, and then once I set it up, I let it go. But I'll read this question or statement one more time. This is a single sentence that has ruined many bedtimes. Oops. I really wish I had learned to hold my yarn differently, but it is what it is. I think I would just be so much faster. Not that hurrying is the answer. Okay, let's see. One more row, just one more row, but I end up doing more like I can't stop. That's funny. I was going to guess your favorite yarn was discontinued. That's a night ruined. That is true. That is true, Brianna. DD, Nightbot is pretty cool. I have a few commands, drop, funny, weather. See that? I have to look at it. I have Nightbot in there for a few things, but I haven't looked at all that it can do. I need to do that, DD. And the answer is one more row, one more time with feeling. All right, one more question. Let me mark that one off. One more question. This one. This is an unfinished pile of guilt. Can anybody guess what it is off of that little bit of information? This is the unfinished pile of guilt. Kathleen, I'm channeling my inner Kathleen for this one. UFO. That's funny, Bon Bon. UFO. What is UFO? I feel like because two of you said UFO, I should know that. Is that something other than a spaceship? I'm curious of what UFO is, because two people said UFO, so that unfinished object. Oh, UFO. I like that. I like that play on letters and words. The answer is whips. Whips, UFOs. I take UFOs because unfinished object, unfinished project. So that is the unfinished pile of guilt. And it is the guilt. Kathleen, is it the guilt for you, or is it the anxiety that you have to get it done? For me, it's guilt. It's like, oh my gosh, how could I start something and not finish it? Because, when you're growing up and different people in your life, school, family, friends, make sure you finish what you start. The guilt. Anyway, okay. Unidentified fiber object. That is hilarious. I have never heard of that one before. But a project you aren't currently working on. Oh, I see. Yes, the guilt and the anxiety. It's the guilt. Oh, the guilt. Okay, let's take a look at the results of our poll. Is there a way for me to see more advanced info in the poll? Let me take a look here. It doesn't look like it. So the winner was 5 to 10 whips. So we have a lot of guilt in this group. I'm kidding. Please, the last thing I want anybody to feel here is guilt and anxiety. So whatever brings your heart joy in crochet. I love it. What does Sarah say? What did Sarah? Yeah, unidentified fiber object. Yes, isn't that cute? That's cute. All right. Did anybody count their points? If not, that's fine. As long as everybody had fun, that's all I care about. And I'm so glad you all were able to hang out today. And I think that is about it for me. I've got to go upstairs. I'm going to make some banana bread and clean up and do some laundry and get ready for the work week. But sometime tomorrow, I will be going live. It'll be a surprise live. I am not sure the exact time because I'm not sure of family plans tomorrow yet. But I will be popping in. If I see you there, great. If not, I totally understand. It's a holiday up here in Canada and people might have plans. And thanks for coming by, Dee Dee. I appreciate it. And Hands Free and Kathleen and Sarah, Brad, Bon Bon. So many people were here today. Brianna and Jen was here earlier. And I just appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing my silly game. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I think that's about it. I will see you sometime tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to have a finished project for you tomorrow. We'll cross our fingers and hope I can get it done in time. Thank you so much for hanging out. Say hi. Give us a like if you can. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I won't forget mute tomorrow, Kathleen. I promise. Bye.
Come on in, pull up a chair. Leave the busy world out there. Grab your yarn and your favorite tea. There's a place where friends can be. Every stitch tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon